May 10th. Nice to meet you here. Grab a coffee and let's get smarter together. Imagine you are asked by a researcher to fill out a questionnaire about your views on politics and social issues and so on. They thank you after you're done and ask you to return in, let's say, 2 weeks to fill out another questionnaire. This time it smells quite distinctly of rotten garbage in the room you are placed in. But you just get it done and over with, only to be confronted afterwards with a question why you thought a certain group should be allowed to do something a fortnight ago, but now you think they shouldn't. The people asked by researchers of Yale University just that gave explanations. Many explanations, but not one touched on what really had happened. The smell. It had changed what data the tested person had used from the plethora available to them to generate their world and themselves as an actor inside it. From the chosen data, the tested person assembled a self that set and pursued goals more socially conservative. Other scents will lead to different selections. What works with scents works with colors and lights too, or sounds, tastes, movements, touches, everything. They can change your conscious experience because the information used to generate your then current model of the world and yourself as an actor in it in pursuit of specific goals comes from different mixes of cells and bacteria that make up you. Think of yourself, your mental image of yourself, as a cocktail meant to fit a specific moment. One moment you're cosmopolitan, while in the next you're mojito, and then again you're a black Russian. All because from moment to moment the ingredients mixed together that are all stored in the same cupboard, your body, come together differently. And it's never that all of them are used at once. Who would do such a thing? The nerd in me must add that this also gives an answer to the so-called hard problem of consciousness as formulated by Robert Chalmer. Why should physical processing give rise to a rich inner life at all? Or why sensations all feel different and why they must? It all goes back to making humans fit for random searches. Random searches require the use of all available data. Humans have time and metabolic restraints, so the vast majority of the available data will be discarded at any given moment. But what's discarded in the pursuit of one goal can be key in the pursuit of another. The selection process must stay flexible. What might seem like a waste of energy when the one system leads to success often enough to survive. So there need to be incentives put in place to initiate the switch. The release of dopamine, the happy hormone. When is it released? During sex, when we eat very good food, and when we are curious. There's no curiosity when everything that there is feels the same. So triggers that will lead to switches of the data selection process will feel like something. Like the different information mix now used for the generation of a model of the world and self. With time, humans are thus trained that the switch is not a waste of energy, but a way to be more successful in their pursuit of goals. And they will start to seek out the switch via noun ways themselves. Have you ever wondered about the use of incenses in rituals going back to times long forgotten? Music, dances, breathing techniques, flickering candlelight, places with unique lighting. You being asked to do the Brezel thing? Yoga? That's because the religious experience goes back to the conscious exploration of different perspectives on the world to come up with new solutions, random finds. Our ancestors knew how to influence their minds to mix different selves to sense what they had perceived, but were not aware of yet because that information had not yet been used in the generation process of their personal model of the world and themselves. There are other triggers too, like hunger. Research tells us that when people are hungry, they are less generous, less trusting, and less able to read somebody else's facial expressions, meaning it influences mirroring. as it lessens the influence of others in our decision making. More data of an existing pheromone trail, existing knowledge, enter the word generating process, and we explore, as known as do standardized work, until we are seated again. Mirror, these data influence the word generation, and we go back to trusting, sharing, exploring. Hunger again is something else used in religion to reach different spheres, a different mix of the data used to generate one's model of the world and the self. And there's something else again doing the same thing by, for example, directing the way our eyes move to pick up information. Culture. Culture is an incredibly powerful shaping tool of how we use our collected data within minutes of birth. Who's making the decision for Pythagorean thought or Confucius or Buddha or whatever else so important and far-reaching. But this will have to be a tale for another day, because this coffee break is over again. For now, change your flavor purposefully. Explore, as known as think. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into a movement. Like, comment, share, and follow, lest you miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. And when you do that, I will see you next time at the coffee pot.